Greetings, adventurers. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Hag's Cottage from the Corrupted Forest Collection. The cottage is made up of 3 pieces, a front half, a back half, and a top roof. The door is built right into the print as it prints. All you need to do is simply clip away some of the supports underneath the door, and then the door should swing freely from both directions. So here's a look around the piece, and you can see we went ahead and dressed it with some vines. And with the roof off, let's look straight down into the cottage. And you can see there's a cauldron, and the cauldron is slotted for an LED. So let's go ahead and just slide one in there. Boom, gotta love that. And this is a 3-volt LED. Okay, great. So let's look underneath the piece and take a look at the slot size. So you could fit a couple LEDs and a 2035 battery. Now here's the piece looking sideways without the front attached to it. You can see that this is open lock compatible. You can look down here, you can see there's a window in the back there. You can look right out that back window. Or from the outside looking from the, you can see the cauldron, cooking up something. So here is a rubble back half. So we're going to swap out the back half that had the cauldron. We're going to keep the front half, which is the door. I'm guessing with a investigation check here that we could find out that it looks like the back of this building blew off. Maybe she was creating something a little bit too explosive in her cauldron. And we also got a roof to match it. So let's take a look at that roof. And here's a portion of the roof is also blown off thanks to the cauldron. And the roof has, some beams that are showing, the structural beams in there. And it also has some holes through the damage. Now flipping over the piece, the roof here, the ruined roof, what you can see is there's a shelf in here. All right, so you got a nice big opening. And what that shelf is good for is so that you can drop an LED up top there if that's something you're interested in doing, and just kind of making like some embers still burning. Maybe the damage just recently happened. So here's us dropping in the LED, and you could see how those little holes will give you a little bit of a glow. All right, so let's put that roof back on with the glowing embers that in the roof there that are still kind of hot. And take a look down the side of the cottage that took on some damage. It's a pretty cool little piece right here. Alright, so let's look at this battery, the battery housing here. Very primitive design for a battery housing, but it's very functional at the same time. So all you need to do here is get one of those really inexpensive 3-volt LEDs, pick up one of these 1635 batteries, and you can buy them really cheap on eBay, both the LEDs and the battery. And you just slide in the battery right underneath, and you can see it's actually a good solid connection. You could drop it and the battery won't fall out or nothing. And that's in part because the wires here are creating tension on the battery. Okay, now let's take a look at the pieces that are part of the set. And what you got here is the Hag's Cottage with the 3 pieces. Then you have the ruined roof and the ruined back wall. So there's 5 pieces to this set right now, and we are going to make a completely rubbled version of this. Alright, so here's something I want to show you. So what we're looking at here is the Hermit's Cottage sidewall, which works great with the Hag's Cottage because if you don't want the cauldron and you want 2 windows, you can just switch it right out. So the pieces are interchangeable. That also means if you want the Hermit's Cottage to have the cauldron, you can easily put that on there. So here we go, little couple open lock clips, snap it back together, boom. Now you got yourself 2 windowed cottage. One last thing before we take off, let's take one last quick look at it. Pop the roof off and take a peek. Oh, looks like the Hag is totally into first edition Dungeons and Dragons. That's it for this video. Make sure you head over to our website and sign up for our newsletter. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified when we release new YouTube videos. We wish you good fortune on the adventures to come.